So, Smiling Sam, the piano man here again. Now we're just going to look at the major scale, and of course, many people probably already know that consists of all the white notes. So if we start on C, for instance, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and then we're back to C. And many people will say, that's exactly right. They're the names of the notes. And if we go to D, for instance, it's D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D. So that's exactly the same major scale at a full tone above C. And so it gets a bit complicated, really. So the way to simplify it, I should say, is the fact if we number the notes rather than calling them by the note letters or names. So in other words, if we start on C and call that 1, and D 2, and E 3, F 4, G 5, A 6, and B 7, and then we're back to 1 or 8 if you prefer. So in other words, whichever major scale we play, rather than calling it by the letters, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and back to 1. D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and back to 1. And it's the same for all scales. If we go to G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. And so that's a much easier way to remember. So we'll often hear jazz musicians or many musicians that don't read music, they'll say, play me the 1 chord and play me the 5 chord, play me the 4 chord, and so forth. And that's the reason why, because we all use this simple number system to number the scales rather than using the individual letters, you see, because depending on which key we're in, if I say play the 1 chord, that's the C chord in the C scale, the 5 chord would be the G, and the 4 chord would be the F. But then again in D, you see, we've got the 1 chord would be D, the 5 chord would be A, and the 4 chord would be G, you see. But if I just say those numbers in whichever key we're playing in, it's the same throughout. So it makes it a lot easier. And that's also going to make it easier for learning the chords, because we've already got a video on the major chord and the minor chord in each scale. But to alter chords, to find a diminished chord or an augmented chord, we're going to look at numbering the chord notes. So I say, if we're playing the C major chord, for instance, it's the 1 and the 3 and the 5, rather than the C, E, and G. And then, of course, in F, it's the 1, 3, and 5, rather than the F, A, and the C. So it makes it much simpler. So on the next video, we'll look at how we're going to alter these chords and a simple way to remember the formulas. So if somebody says, play me a C augmented, it sounds very complicated. But all it means is just altering one of those 1, 3, or 5 notes to get the particular chord. So we'll look at that next time. So hope you're enjoying these videos. If you are enjoying them, give me a like or a subscribe, because I can keep putting them on, and we're going to learn lots of little simple formulas and techniques to help us all learn to play the piano or keyboard if that's what we want to do. So it's well worth it, and it takes all the stress of learning lots of deep music theory, because there's many videos on YouTube. I've watched lots of them, and I do learn quite a bit from some of them myself. But sometimes we can go a bit deep with stuff and it can put people off. So the idea with these is simple little lessons, hoping to help people. If you've perhaps not got a lot of ability on the piano but you want to sort of make a bit of music, we'll soon start doing that. Okay, catch you next time. Smiling Sam, the piano man, signing off.